as it checks the central database. The efficiency of this is not applicable because of the wind resistance of this coefficient, etc. You get the point. And if this sounds like science fiction, rest assured that the US military's Pentagon likely already has similar database reference and decision-making programs which it uses to create war strategies. It is important to point out that in the world today, we consider participation in government a task of electing various personalities to a position of power. This is now obsolete. In a resource-based global economy where industry and government are combined into a cybernetic system that incorporates advanced problem-solving computer databases with vast planetary-wide observation sensors, again, it's very simple, the traditional concept of politics, election, and the like has no basis or relevance. And while this notion scares a lot of traditionally minded people, it must be reiterated that our problems in life are technical and are relative only to humanity as a whole. We don't want to elect people, we want to elect ideas. This would be a true democracy, where technology enables each person to contribute in an organized way. Of course, such participation in any society would entail understanding how society technically worked, and then constructively proposing ideas or innovations to be implemented, created, or altered. As of now, this is long lost. Very few people have any idea how anything operates. These things are just going on around them. They have no idea what's going on. People can't contribute to anything unless they understand what comprises what they want to contribute to. This is something governments have known for a long time, which is why you tend to find that there's a lot of dumbing down going on in the world. So, as far as interaction, first one would interact with the informational database, which is available to everyone and could input their proposal. Then the database, with its historical knowledge databases and data integration, would analyze the concept for its scientific and technical integrity, along with optimizing the materials required, if applicable, based on current understandings and availabilities. Again, it's unified. If the proposal is initially accepted by the central database after cross-checking it to make sure the integrity is intact, then it would either be immediately put into production, as would be the case with the desired invention, or it would be turned over to a group of rotating interdisciplinary teams that oversee the implementation of the new proposal and orient it into the social system. These are simply technicians who maintain the system, no different than how people maintain anything today. The person or group who submitted the proposal in question would then be invited to participate and become a part of the interdisciplinary team relevant to the idea if they choose to. These interdisciplinary teams of technicians oversee the system and also help orient research projects to continue growth, efficiency, and social evolution. They would do research in scientific fields relevant to the functionality of society. In an optimized version of this system, I think it's safe to predict that no more than 5% of the world's population would be needed to run the show. The more optimized and powerful our technological capabilities and methods become, the more that number decreases. And you know, I think it's important to mention, a lot of people, they read too much science fiction, they take books like Brave New World in 1984 a little bit too seriously, and they see something like this as a power consolidation in some amazing way. But you have to understand that we're removing the mechanism. Look, we have to remember that we entrust our lives to science and technology every single day, and to the people that work with this technology. When you have a problem with your car, you don't take a vote from your neighbors as the solution. You go to somebody that works in that particular field, who knows what they're doing, education. This is the type of orientation we need to begin to have. The fear of traditional corruption has very little basis, for there's no reward for it. The interdisciplinary teams do not get paid in any way. Their reward is, in fact, the fruits of the society as a whole, and they contribute because it is in their best interest to do so, just as everyone can contribute. Self-interest becomes integrated with social interest. They become one. In order to help yourself, you must help society explicitly. Everything is for the greater good. Frankly, I believe our survival as a species is absolutely contingent upon this worldview. Moreover, these teams would not be fixed, but constantly revolving based on who wants to participate, who contributes in any given field. Abstractly speaking, this would actually be a true democracy, wouldn't it? Arbitrary voting for politicians is now replaced by the logical review of given concepts based on social merit, with the creators brought in to help. Not, I'm going to reduce taxes, and here comes change, and you know, and all this nonsensical stuff we deal with today. In a resource-based economy, as I've said, participation is open to everyone. Because again, all issues are fundamentally recognized as technical, and I'm going to keep drilling this in. The degree to which a person contributes is based on that person's education and ability to create and problem solve. This is why expanded education is critical. In society today, you will find that the public is essentially kept distracted and uninformed. I hate to say it, but this is the way governments maintain control. If you review history, you will find that power is maintained by ignorance. In a resource-based economy, the goal of the educational system is to produce the most intelligent, aware human beings as possible. Why? Because everyone then becomes a contributor, greatly affecting our collective social evolution for the better and improving the lives of all. Intelligence will no longer be a threat to the establishment, for there is no power establishment. There would be no budget restrictions or unethical agendas to deter progress. Also, people will have a high propensity to become generalists, not specialists. Specialization is a limitation. The monetary system promotes specialization as a form of labor distribution for income. It's kind of built in, and it's a colossal hindrance. I believe Buckminster Fuller put it quite well on this issue. Our failures are a consequence of many factors, but possibly one of the most important is the fact that society operates on the theory that specialization is the key to success, not realizing that specialization precludes comprehensive thinking. This means that the potentially integratable techno-economic advantages are not comprehended integratively and therefore are not realized. In other words, people need to be broadly educated, not refined and isolated. This leads to detached thinking. So, to recap this section, who makes the decisions in a resource-based economy? In effect, no one does. Decisions are arrived at. The very sentence to ask the question, who makes decisions, is devoid of all logic. It's not who makes decisions, it's by what method are decisions arrived at. The question of who makes decisions is a biased attribute that we have concocted because of our rationally founded fear of each other in groups, which continue to jockey for power based on monetary gain, using the monetary system as their tool to continue to maintain control. In a resource-based economy, decisions are arrived at by the use of the scientific method, utilizing computers that gain real-time feedback from the environment in our central database program, coupled in with the central information database of all technical knowledge, maintained by revolving interdisciplinary teams which assist in aspects of society that basically cannot yet be automated. The goal is to increase objective decision-making as much as possible, and when we understand that our problems in life are technical, the merit of this approach is without parallel. People see this and they say, oh, this is far too idealistic. No, this is nothing but pure practicality. In the end, the only real relevance to so-called government is 1, the production of goods and services that are equally available to all, 2, research projects and educational systems to expand our knowledge, understanding, and applications, and 3, the constant monitoring of the Earth's resources and atmosphere for feedback and possible environmental problems, enabling us to restore and maintain a clean, pristine environment. Also, not to mention, without the wasted energy and resources of going to war every 5 or 6 years, and other aspects of the monetary system, we could actually look at true threats to humanity. What are the true threats to humanity? Earthquakes and asteroids, diseases, environmental issues that we can't control yet, but eventually through science and technology, I think we will. The only real problems in life are the problems that are common to all human beings. Cities and lifestyle. In this section, we are going to extend the tenets of a resource-based economy into one of our most fundamental social inventions, the city, specifically the Venus Project's circular city. We will also discuss how people's lifestyle in a resource-based economy might manifest, often with profoundly different values and goals than we see today. A specific focus of the Venus Project and Jacques Fresco has been the optimization of city systems themselves, of course, which relates to everything that we've just described. The following is a short video exploration of some of Jacques Fresco's ideas in this regard. A society without a vision of what the future can be is bound to repeat past errors over and over again. This brief video will outline a vision designed to avoid old mistakes. This vision of efficiency, sustainability, and intelligent planning can lead us into a world of unlimited human potential.